Hello everybody, welcome to another Taco Tuesday. Today I have Michael Oberdick from iOutlet in Bowling Green, Ohio. And hello Michael. I'm Troy Anderson, the founder of RepairShopr. I've been doing repair for 10 years and been RepairShopr for a few years, and just doing these Taco Tuesdays to get connected with people in the community. So Michael, can you give us a quick little background of how long you've been doing this and what you do?
Like Troy said, I'm the founder of iOutlet. We've been in business in iOutlet for about 3 years, and total I've been working in electronics since I was about 12, but I was in the cell phone world for 7 years before I got into iOutlet, and we've been open, like I said, 3 years.
Cool. Okay. And this is Taco Tuesday. Let's show off our day. See what you got. All right. You've got a few tacos in there.
Yeah, we got some chicken tacos from my favorite local Mexican place called El Zarape.
Awesome. That sounds good. I've got too many onions on mine. Mine are huge today. I went to...
Holy cow.
This is one. I cheated. I got one taco and then a burrito because I was super... while we talk. I went to Rancho Bravo up on Capitol Hill. So I've got this neighborhood nearby that's got like 20 places. So
right.
I'm going to have variety for a while. Cool. So I'll probably dive in here to my tacos, but I'm curious to hear your background and origin and how you got started in the biz.
So yeah, like I said, I've been a tinkerer since I was young. When I was little, I used to build PCs, kind of repaired stuff for all the local people. And after I got out of high school, I got big into cell phone sales. I got involved with Verizon Wireless. I owned a franchise, ran a bunch of franchises. And when I parted ways with them, I got started in my bedroom by buying and selling devices off Craigslist, selling them on eBay about 3 years ago. I realized after a little bit that it was really hard to buy one device and then keep flipping it and doing it that way. So I got really big into buying volume and going out and trying to find 5 and 10 computers at that time, which I thought was a lot. And now we buy, like today, I bought 500 devices this morning. Sometimes when we buy, it's 500 to 1,000. So we're actually much more into repurposing, but we do have 2 repair shops that will do 800 to 1,000 tickets a month for Apple Repair and things like that. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Was the Verizon world transitioned into this. I really like repair. So,
jeez, you've done a lot of stuff. That volume is crazy. I don't think I've to anyone that's done that volume. In my repair shop, I'm going to start eating here. You should too. The most computers I ever bought at a time was 10. Really.
Yeah, sometimes we'll buy, we deal with iPads much more than anything right now. But this morning there was 300 iPads and 200 MacBooks in it. So sometimes we only buy 20 at a time. Sometimes, like I said, there's been buys we've had over 1,000 pieces at a time. So, but like I said, we do a lot of repair. We don't do much Android repair. We do much more. We're pretty much Apple. I mean, we call ourselves iOutlet, but we do work on PCs. But we do a lot of things that some of the repair shops don't do. We do data recovery. We do have some data recoveries options in houses where we actually physically work on hard drives. We do data recovery and board level stuff in house. I've worked with Jess and Lewis on that kind of stuff too. So we're more than just a little basic screen repair shop. We do a lot of advanced level stuff. And I pride myself a lot in the B2B accounts. I'm really big in B2B accounts. I spoke at a conference last fall about how we work with a couple of Fortune 500 companies in the area doing volume repairs. We've got contracts with schools and businesses, government agencies, and some of these guys have 1,000 devices, and we get 5 to 10 repairs a week from them alone. And those are really cool accounts. And RepairShopr really helps us streamline that process with the corporate accounts and keeping track of who's in and out and what's going on.
Gratuitous plug. Cool. Okay, I was going to dig deeper into your board level stuff, but this volume stuff is super interesting. So you said you owned a franchise of a Verizon store?
I used to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I had one, and I was a part owner of another one. I sold them, and then like I said, I ran a bunch of franchises. I was a director of sales for pretty much all of Northern Ohio and Southern Michigan. And then they downsized, and my position was eliminated, and that's when I started this. So it was right around the time the iPhone 5 came out, so repair was kind of around, but not really huge mainstream yet. And then that's when I really got deep into it. Was right after that, out of my bedroom. and flipping devices, and I got bored of doing, going out and meeting a guy on Craigslist and then going and selling on eBay 2 days later. I wanted to be able to do more, so that's when I got into the volume.
Wow. I had a friend who would buy and sell refurb stuff. So he had like the local Costco deal. We're in Seattle, it's a big market. I don't know if that means anything for Costco, but he had like the deal to get all their scratch and dent and returns and stuff. So you get like a truckload of 100 computers. He'd send them straight to a refurbisher that would like put them in nice boxes, shine them up, format them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was super guarded about the contact. Like it took me years to even figure out it was Costco. Do you, in your experience with buying these big lots of things, like is this a insider secret? How do you find?
Yeah, that's like the biggest trade secret, in my opinion, in my entire business is where I find these people from. I bet I get 10 messages a week on Facebook from people asking me how I find these equipment. And a lot of it just has to do with relationships I've built. A lot of the stuff is local, and I've built relationships with school districts and e-recyclers in the area, and they only trust me now. So when they get new equipment, I'm the first contact to buy out the old equipment. But some of the stuff does come from across the country, and that is just me spending hours and hours and hours and hours of collecting emails and making phone calls of trying to find people that may have this equipment. It's taken me, we've been in this for 3 years, but I kind of started it aside before that. So I've been doing this for nearly 4.5 years. It's taken me to build some of these contacts to, find somebody that's going to sell me 500 devices.
Wow. So if someone wanted to get into this, like probably those 10 people that email you every week, can you give some advice? Like you said, contacting all these people, but like the local e-recycler and stuff, how do you start making those relationships and contacts?
Those relationships are kind of easy because e-recyclers most of the time are, people that don't want to deal with necessarily refurbishing or reselling. They just are, they're an e-recycler. They want to go in and buy it and recycle it. If there's anything more than that, they don't really want to deal with it. So, I've always started I've called every single e-recycle in the area, and I basically tell them, I'm your contact point for when you run into Apple equipment. I can just come and take everything off your hands and handle it from there. They see cash, I see a bunch of devices. They don't want to take the time. I do want to take the time.
So you could be average Joe walking off the street without knowing them, without making them, and just be like, hey, I can do this for you.
Yeah, and most of those guys, like I said, there's 500 laptops. Like, this e-recycler I went to this morning, he doesn't have enough manpower nor knowledge to be able to refurbish 500 MacBooks or 500 MacBooks and iPads. He just wants cash to get it out of his way and make some money off it quick. He just wants to flip it.
They're like liquidating.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's not an electronic repair person. He has no desire.
Huh. Fun.
Yeah.
So,
school districts are a little bit of a different animal. They, they do have understand a little bit about technology and the value of the device. But, some of these schools have to get grants to raise money to buy another 1,000 iPads. So I pitch it as, I'm helping you recoup on your initial investment from the last models, and that'll help you buy the next models.
So how do you do your relationship building with the school districts?
That took a lot of time. I basically started by going on all of the local schools' websites, grabbing the IT director's emails, shooting them an email, and then following up a few months later. And then once you get in with a couple of them, though, you'll find that it's a group in the area, especially that they all know each other. And then once you've got 3 or 4 of them that really like your work and like working with you, it'll kind of start spreading to the other ones, and it doesn't take as much difficulty.
Man, the hustle involved.
Yeah, it's a very long game, I can tell you that much. It's not going to happen overnight.
I think people want to hear, like, hang up your sign on the outside of your shop and the jobs just start rolling in. But
it doesn't happen like that for sure.
Yeah, if you want to get a little bigger, you gotta work it.
Yep, exactly.
Huh. Okay. You mentioned some industry folks with the board level. One name I know of is Jess Jones in Portsmouth. You said you help, how does your mail and stuff work? How does that relationship work? Do you do trainings?
We don't do any trainings. So I've been to Jessa's in New York with her 3 times now. I've taken 2 technicians. So I've trained with her. I've had 2 technicians train with her. Jess is fantastic. We've never had to send anything off. We've got pretty much the techs in-house now. We don't offer any training, but we do have like other local shops that bring us their repairs. Instead of having to send them out, we've got 5 or 6 shops in the area that, if they have like an advanced repair they can't do, or they make a mistake that day and break something, they come to us. But we don't do any training or anything like that, no. I rely on Jessa to do that for me.
I've seen you online mentioning mail-ins and making your system better for mail-ins, and also e-commerce. You're doing some e-commerce.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of e-commerce stuff. So we have our actual iOutlet, website that we're getting ready to completely go. We were in the Magento side, and we're going to WordPress simply because of the WooCommerce integration with RepairShopr to manage our inventory. So that's a really cool transition. We're really working on that. Actually, probably going to launch on Monday, and I really like how the stock levels and stuff work. We're getting very big into e-commerce, so that's kind of what we're chasing after.
Are you willing to talk numbers at all? I can cut this out if it's touchy, but like, are you selling much on the e-commerce site?
So we have a wholesale company too. Like we do have like iOulet wholesale, and I sell to the other repair shops in the industry. And so like last month, we sell a lot of accessories and things like that. We had like 2,000 pieces we sold off of our wholesale website of accessories or devices or parts and things like that.
Okay.
And those stock levels are kind of grabbing from RepairShopr right now, but not totally, because we've got 2 WooCommerces going, so it's kind of tricky. But we do ship a lot off there. ShipStation integration is really cool. That works with both of them. So
you've got ShipStation integrated to WooCommerce, and that's how you get by.
Yep, that's how we do that. And then Zapier grabs all of our information from eBay, Amazon sales, and puts it into a lead, so we don't have to import the customer's information into RepairShopr. So that's a really nice integration.
Power user feature.
So we use FormStack for our mail-in repairs, and FormStack for we do LCD buyback for other shops, and that automatically generates a lead in the system too. So
you use FormStack because you get to do tons of custom fields. You can
Yep, we do that. And like I said, as soon as somebody submits, it goes directly into my leads, and I can import them, so I can, I know it's coming, and I don't have to, transition information from here. The Zapier one, I tell you what, the thing that saved us most time was Zapier grabbing information from eBay and Amazon, because we do so much volume on there, like importing it into, right into there, so that we don't have to import their name, address, email. It saved us so much time, hours.
So if you're on eBay, Amazon, and a couple of WooCommerce sites and RepairShopr, how do you keep it all together? I can imagine.
We actually just got done with a demo with a program called Sellbrite, and they're helping us. Sellbrite is the one that we're working with right now that I'm hoping is going to try to manage the stock levels across everything, because right now that's our biggest nightmare, is making sure stock levels are correct across 5 platforms. That's very difficult.
So will they have to talk to RepairShopr, or will that be the one manual step?
So I think how we're going to do it is we're going to push from RepairShopr to our iOutlet.net normal website with inventory push, and then it's going to grab inventory from that WooCommerce and spread the other way. So we think that's how it's going to work, at least. So
I'll follow up with you on that, or tell me if it succeeds or fails. So
we'll find out. What's running into is a lot of the variations. We have variations differently on both sides, so that's the only kind of big hiccup we're running into. I know for sure it's going to work for the big thing, what we want, which is stock level of devices on eBay, Amazon, and our iOutlet.net website to be the same. It's going to work for that. I'm positive. I just don't know if it's going to communicate from one WooCommerce to the other WooCommerce very cleanly or not.
Got it.
And that's only because we have the inventory trees from RepairShopr on the one website, and we use the actual variation set up on WooCommerce on the other one. So I'm not sure how that's going to keep together.
That'll be fun to hear about. So over the years for computer shops, people have asked for e-commerce integrations, and I've always been like, don't bother. No one's going to come to your website and buy a computer. But I guess when you take the time to get a source and you've got something special like a hookup, refurbished stuff, and you've got something nice on the internet, then it definitely makes sense to go.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not like the normal repair shop by any means. I mean, not many people are going to sell on their website, but we're going to, and we already do. We just have to manually enter everything. So
maybe for your everyday shop out there that's listening, e-commerce is going to be tough, but if you hustle and get these connections and get these prices where you're able to beat everybody,
But even for the smaller guys, so one of the guys that I know out there that's got another shop was talking about it, and I'm like, he's got like 15 to 25 phones at a time. I was like, there's no reason how easy the setup is to not have that integration going so your customers can at least look online, because some of these guys are getting some organic traffic. All you got to do is press a button and the inventory's on there. As long as you keep your stock levels correct, there's no reason not to with how simple it is.
You found the integration with RepairShopr to be super simple.
Yeah, I mean, as long as, like I said, as long as your stock levels are correct in RepairShopr, like there's no reason not to.
There was a feature you wanted to brag about.
So what the biggest pain was up until about 2 months ago, we're still transitioning fully, was we had to have another entire system, an ITAD system, to keep track of refurbishing. Mm-hmm. And now that your guys' refurbishing portal or system is getting much, much better, we are starting to slowly move everything to that, which is going to save me, one, a ton of money monthly because I don't have to buy both programs, and two, I don't have to transition stuff from one to the other or back and forth, because right now we basically have 2 point-of-sale systems kind of running, and this will kind of eliminate the need for that. So that we're really, really enjoying that.
What are some of the needs you had in that other system that you were doing the refurbishing in?
So, for example, if we get 100 iPads in and 20 of them need parts, like being able to go and grab that inventory item and associate it with the device, and just keep track of refurbishing, kind of like you do with a repair ticket.
Okay.
That was the biggest need up until now.
So the refurbish module in RepairShopr is probably tough when you do super high volume still.
It is a little bit, but it's way better than it was, a while ago, because when did you launch it? It hasn't been that long.
It's probably been out for a year and a half or 2 years, but it just got the features necessary to really add inventory.
Right. I was going to say that was pretty recent.
Yeah. I think right before CTIA. We usually do a little push on the cell phone feature.
Right. I mean, even if it's not as good as the ITAD software, like the ability to do it all in one, the convenience is going to be worth the small headache to overcome. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. So
convenience wins.
Right.
I'm with you. That's what we're here for. Cool. All right. Well, I think this was a great Taco Tuesday, and we should call it. End on a high note.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. Cool. So I will follow up with you. We'll hear, as the story unfolds about how your Celebrate stuff goes. But
okay.
That was really fun. Thanks very much for coming on, Michael.
No, thank you.